Sorry, my video randomly stopped, but so yeah, that was a body conditioning score, and I just thought it showed really well what areas to look for and what they kind of feel like. So, okay, first starter diet. So these are pigs under 40 pounds that are still lactating or still nursing off of their mom. Pigs should be introduced to a solid diet through creep feed while still nursing. The amount of creep feed will increase with the weight of the pig and the less that they're dependent on their mother's milk. Grower diet is for pigs that are 40 to 110 pounds. They need 14 to 16% of crude protein. Once they reach their finisher weight, they should be switched to a lower protein diet because they're not growing as quickly as they used to be. Finisher diet is for pigs that are between 110 to 250 pounds, and once they reach about 250 pounds is usually the time that they're sent off to get. But they need about 13 to 14% crude protein, which is about significantly less than the grower diet. And yeah, hogs are typically shipped out at about 250 pounds. Hope you can still see this. Expected pig growth rates. Pigs eat on average 4% of their body weight per day. With proper diet, weight gain should be between 1.5 to 1.7 pounds per day, up to about 110 pounds. And after they reach 110 pounds, they should be gaining 1.2 to 2.2 pounds per day with their diet. Environmental control for optimized growth. Temperature for swine should be between 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Their water should be clean and the right height, and they should have a lot of free access to it. And be careful not to overcrowd because that can stress the pigs, and if they're crowded, they get too hot, makes them go off feed, and decreases their daily gains. Boar diet. The heavier the boar gets, the less crude protein they need. I didn't find much on the boar diet. It's honestly similar to any other pig. You pretty much just feed them based off of their weight, but obviously you're going to keep them around longer than once they hit their 250 pounds or more. And so once they get that heavy, you just decrease their crude protein. Flushing, so they have a special diet near their ovulation. So gilts and sloughs are fed an increased diet 2 weeks prior to breeding. It's said that it increases ovulation and their chances of getting pregnant are higher, and also shows that if they're on a good diet, the size of their litter will go up. Diet during gestation. Make sure you don't overfeed so they don't get too fat, because that'll cause you have a greater risk of dystocia when they do give birth. 3 to 5 days before farrowing, reduce feed intake. When I worked at the sow farm, I don't know how much it was. We only gave them a scoop and a half each day until they farrowed. But yeah, you don't want the sows to overindulge before parturition because that gives them a greater risk of dystocia. Diet during lactation. Feed is increased significantly after giving birth to keep up with all those nursing piglets. It's really high in nutrients to keep up with the needs of obviously all the nursing piglets, and we need them to grow fast and healthy because they get weaned in a short time afterwards, like 2 to 3 weeks. Iron deficiency in piglets. Piglets have no other source of food besides their mother's milk during the first couple weeks, and the milk is very low in iron. I kind of talked about this earlier. Iron is needed to be supplemented to them. It can be given orally or injectable. Orally is what I read was kind of a pain. I think you had to give it to them twice a day for a few days, where injectable is a one-time deal. At the sow barn I worked at, we did that, and we gave it to them anywhere between 1 day afterward to 3 days after they were born. And here you can kind of see the difference between a healthy piglet and anemic piglet. If you're following along in the PowerPoint, you see that the healthy piglet is pink and lively and just looks good, where the anemic piglet is a little on the skinnier side and it's white and more pale. So yeah, thanks for listening. But while I was looking for videos for the body score condition, I actually ran across a video about the life and the caretaker, sow farm caretaker, and it's actually through the company I used to work for, and it shows the barn actually I worked for in. So I just kind of put it on there for fun, but let's play.
Hey there, and welcome to Iowa Select Farms. We get a lot of questions about what it looks like to be an animal caretaker on a daily basis, so we thought the best way to tell you is to show you. Let's go take a look at a day in the life of an animal caretaker. This is what the entrance to a sow farm might look like. A little different.
Mine was not that nice.
We thought it might be. To enter, simply sit down on the bench, remove your shoes, and slide your feet across to the other side. Just make sure they don't touch the ground in between. Then, sanitize your hands, grab your lunch, and hit the showers. That's right, I said showers.
Ours were also not that
While it
nice.
may seem a bit odd, showering into and out of a farm every day is a very common biosecurity practice in the swine industry. All farms are fully stocked with employee clothing, personal hygiene products, and towels. Each sow farm is split into two departments, farrowing and breeding. You could compare the farrowing department to a maternity
That was my
ward in a
barn.
hospital. It's where babies are born and caretakers keep a watchful eye over all gilts and sows. Caretakers are responsible for keeping a close eye on both the mothers and
Also
the
my
piglets to
barn.
ensure their safety and well-being. They help with daily observations of all animals, choring, animal movements, and record keeping. When piglets are born, it's crucial they start eating right away to get an important nutrient from their mother's milk called colostrum. Caretakers monitor colostrum intake and also help administer iron shots, dock tails, and castrate piglets within their first 2 days of life. After about 3 weeks, piglets are weaned from the farm and their mothers are moved back to the breeding department. Caretakers help ensure safe movements of both the piglets and the sows. Lunch is an important time of day for every
That was
farm.
my barn.
Not only is it
So
a time to
break
sit down,
room.
rest, and enjoy some laughs with your coworkers, but it's also an opportunity for caretakers to discuss how their day is going, review progress, and ask questions. After lunch, it's back to work. Farms rotate power washing responsibilities on a daily basis because keeping the barn clean is important in ensuring the health and safety of animals and employees. Much like the farrowing department, the breeding department starts their days off by walking the barns and observing every single animal to ensure their safety. If a caretaker sees anything wrong with an animal, it is addressed immediately. Iowa Select Farms has a zero-tolerance policy for animal mistreatment and neglect. Animal caretakers in the breeding department are also responsible for artificial insemination,
That was
checking,
also at my
pregnancy
barn.
checking, and body condition scoring. If you're interested in joining the Iowa Select Farms team or have any further questions about being an animal caretaker, feel free to message us on our Facebook page at Iowa Select Farms Jobs or visit us at the link below, apply.iowaselect.com.
But yeah, so that's it. And thanks for listening. I have my sources also if I don't click. And there's my sources. Thanks for listening.